Saliba today. What were you drinking? I've come to the conclusion that France actually missed this guy, and you guys wouldn't know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Olivier Giroud. Now, seeing the performance in the 2-0 defeat against Croatia, I get it. Mbappe is the number 9 and he's the focal point, but he drops off anyway. I understand you want a fluid front line, but when it comes to international football, you can see a lot of teams like Croatia sit really deep and they're not willing to play on the front foot. And they are going to wait and they are going to keep possession, and the game is much slower, so there is less space in behind, and a player that can occupy the centre backs is definitely needed. So that profile of player that France have had over the years, they don't have anymore. But on to Saliba today. What were you drinking? That was a disappointing performance. Defended in absolute disarray. Lost the ball, and then it led to Konate handballing it, and Croatia actually missed the penalty, was saved by Maignan. But after that, we saw Budimir stole a march and got in front of Saliba and scored the first goal. But Konate and Saliba just don't seem to be it at the moment. The partnership is not working. Saliba, it has been in bad form, but for France, he's been in even more terrible form, and it cost France today. Honestly, it cost France today. The second goal, Perisic finished there, but France, the midfield, please, Didier Deschamps, stop playing around with the midfield. There needs to be a balance. Duzi, Rabiot, Tchouaméni. What kind of midfield is that? It doesn't even make sense. It almost seems like 3 holding players, and we saw at the Euros, and it makes France boring. The build-up is not quick enough to the forward players. Players like the Pogbas of this world are missed. The ball from midfield to attack is too slow, but he has to find solutions. But I'm tired of these midfield combinations that he keeps bringing on. It's not working. And second half, of course, near the end, we saw Kone, we saw Kamavinga, but there was no balance. And Ousmane Dembele, of course, today wasn't at his best. The end product, what we normally seen of Ousmane in the past, we started to see that old Dembus. But France were beaten. Fair play to Croatia. Good win for them. Kubola. Make sure you follow.